Hey, this is Khalid Nathan Aleem, the real estate boy, and today I'm going to be bringing to you the cost of living in Philadelphia. Now, I'm from Philadelphia, born and raised, and I currently live here also. So, we're going to be talking about how much does it cost to live in Philly. As a real estate agent, I get contacted constantly, people from the north, from New York, looking to move down to here. I got people from Washington, D.C., looking to move up from here. We got people from Cleveland looking to move over. So people are coming to Philadelphia in droves. Philly is definitely a big city with a small town feel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this website that I have. It's called, or that I found, is called bestplaces.net. And we're going to look at the cost of living in Philadelphia. Now, this website, I like it because it uses the US average at 100%. And it compares the state and the city. So the cost of living for Philadelphia overall, if you're taking these categories, whether that's grocery, health, housing, utilities, transportation, if you take all of that, the US is at 100%. Philadelphia is right there. So it's average cost. I'm sure if you took New York, I'm sure if you took Washington, D.C., would probably be off the chart. But Philadelphia, if you compared it to the entire U.S., it would be around average. Now, groceries. Groceries is a little bit higher, okay? A little bit higher. Now, let's say everybody wants cheesesteaks. Everybody comes to Philadelphia, they want cheesesteaks. If you get cheesesteaks and fries, it's going to be around $20. Now it depends on where you go. Okay, if you come to Philly, don't go to Pat's, don't go to Geno's. Okay, those are not the places that Philadelphians go for cheesesteaks. But when you come, just know for a good cheesesteak and fries, you're probably going to spend around $20. All right. So if you go down to health, and right here, this is what you're going to pay for your health care. It's around 98. So average. Okay. The next is housing. This is why a lot of people are moving to Philadelphia because our housing is very cheap compared to a New York. It's very cheap compared to a Washington, D.C. New York, you can get there in maybe like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. If you want to train, maybe even less. And to DC, you can get there in 2 to 3 hours. Okay. So it makes Philly is the perfect spot if you want to telecommute. Maybe you only have to be in an office 1 day a week. You can shoot up to New York on the Amtrak, go to 30th Street Station, shoot up there and shoot back. If you want to drive down to DC, you can do that also. You also have megabuses. Megabuses will shoot you up to down to DC, will shoot you up to New York. You can also take the Chinese bus. There's a Chinese dollar bus. I'm not sure if it's still around. I think it is though. But you take it from one Chinatown, the Chinatown in Philadelphia. I've never taken it, okay, but I've heard that you take it from the Chinatown in Philadelphia to the Chinatown in New York, okay? But Philadelphia housing is super cheap. Now, it's not as cheap as it was 10 years ago. It's definitely not as cheap as it was 10 years ago, but it's still cheap. Here's the reason why. Philadelphia's taxes are super low. That's one thing. Compared to New York, compared to DC and the DC metro area, Philly's taxes, their property taxes, are super cheap. Now, Philadelphia does have a wage tax. So it's a wage tax on your wages. It's an extra tax that it has on there. But as far as property taxes are super low in Philadelphia. That's the first thing. The second thing is that Philadelphia has a lot of old homes. There's some new construction, but there's not a lot of space. Philadelphia is what? The first capital of the United States. So there's not a lot of space. It's very dense. It is a city. It's a large city. So there's not a lot of new construction. What happens is there's a lot of rehabs. So people will take old homes, they'll go in them, they'll fix them up, and then they'll either rent them out or they'll sell them. But that is one of the reasons why Philadelphia is so cheap. It's so cheap because of the taxes, and a lot of the homes are older. I like to call Philadelphia the capital of row homes. There's a lot of row homes, and that can be good or bad depending on your situation. Depending on your situation. All right. So, but that's the reason why a lot of people move to Philadelphia because the housing is super cheap. And again, as a realtor, I do think that the home prices will go up. All right. I definitely think, even though Philadelphia prices have gone are relatively low compared to the rest of the nation, I do think there's a lot of room for growth. I think there's a ton of room for growth. So if you're looking to relocate to Philadelphia, I'm with eXp Realty and we have a relocation department. So if you're looking to relocate to Philadelphia, hey, have somebody who's born and raised and still lives in Philadelphia, your local Philadelphia expert, Khalid, the real estate bull. All right, so moving on. If you're looking at utilities, kind of the same. Transportation. So what Pierre says transportation is a little bit higher. Okay, why is that, Khalid? Why is transportation a little bit higher? The reason why transportation is a little bit higher is if you look, our our local transit system is called SEPTA. SEPTA constantly gets awards for being the best transportation system in the nation. Now, people from Philadelphia hate SEPTA. Okay, people from Philadelphia hate SEPTA. But if you lived like me, if you lived in other places, now you come to really appreciate SEPTA. You can really almost get to any place in Philadelphia on a train or bus. It's phenomenal. The transportation system is phenomenal. Again, I know a lot of Philadelphians are going to get on this and just tear it apart, okay? But if you compare it to other cities, SEPTA constantly gets awards for being the best transportation system in the nation. So there's buses on almost any corner, trains going up and down. So you can definitely get to almost anywhere in Philadelphia on a train or a bus. Okay. So you have transportation. So that's why also because it's so densely populated, the car insurance is higher. The car insurance is higher. So that's factored in there also. You have car insurance. So the car insurance is higher in Philadelphia. So they're weighing the car insurance, but they're also weighing the transportation costs also, the bus, trains, and automobiles. All right. So there you have it. That is, oh, well, no, let's keep going down. Okay. If you keep going down, it says here, if you're looking to buy in Philadelphia, it says that a studio is going to be around 890, 800, basically $900. Okay. Right here. A studio around $900, one bedroom, 1,000, two bedrooms, 1,200, three bedrooms, 1,500, and four bedrooms, 1,700. Again, as a realtor, this is correct, but it's kind of all over the place. Okay. And the reason that I'm saying that is because they're saying that a three-bedroom costs $1,500. It really depends on where you're at. Okay. Philadelphia is big. So you have South Philadelphia, and then you have North Philadelphia, of course. Then you have West Philadelphia, and then you have Southwest Philadelphia. There's no East Philadelphia. East East Philadelphia is the Delaware River. Okay, so there's no East Philadelphia. But after that, you also have Center City. So they're drastically different. They're drastically different. A three-bedroom in Center City is going to be different than a three-bedroom in North Philly. A three-bedroom in South Philly is going to be drastically different than a three-bedroom in Southwest. So these numbers are, if you take all of Philadelphia and combine them, which they are, it gives you a good ballpark. It definitely gives you a good ballpark of what you're going to pay, but it does depend. It depends on where you're at. Okay, because again, Philadelphia is a huge city. Okay. All right, y'all. That's all I have. If you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, or invest in real estate, I got you. If you're also looking to relocate to Philadelphia, please, you can set up a time we can meet virtually, and we can talk, and discuss you moving to Philadelphia. Okay. All right. This is Khalid Nathan Aleem, the real estate bull. I'm out.